Donc oui, je disais, vous êtes un employé de bureau, vous êtes là, tranquille et tout, vous tapez sur le bouton, et là, plus personne dans vos bureaux. Et à chaque fois, on reprend ici. On reprend ici. Alors, ce qu'on va essayer de faire cette fois-ci, c'est qu'on va aller à droite, encore une fois, mais on va...
What? Hein? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Bon, je vais aller ni à gauche ni à droite. Il commence à se passer des choses. Bon, je vais à droite. Putain, le labyrinthe. Ambiance Sévrance, tout ça, série télé absolument à voir, il paraît, ouais. C'est sur Apple TV, je crois. Ah, c'est vraiment l'heure, ça? Il est quelle heure? 21h55, on est bon.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on.
Oh,
I
mais
can
ça va,
promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we just
Non.
need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Ah! Roulure! Je suis 427, hein. 427. La saison 2 en 2024. Ouais, sur Pomme Télévision, effectivement. Bon, est-ce qu'il y a des choses qui ont changé?
All his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alors, je sais pas qu'est-ce qui influe. 427, hein, vous vous souvenez? Il était pas allumé, lui. Ah, il n'y a plus de porte.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything? «
427, on a dit. Est-ce que je peux ouvrir d'autres pièces? Non. Qu'est-ce qu'on aurait raté? Knowing your city. Et là, du coup, c'était un autre message. C'était pas pareil. Ah là! Toi, pareil. Est-ce que j'ai d'autres PC qui s'allument? J'avais pas tout ça avant.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
Ok, je suis jamais passé par ici.
No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Tu me casses les pieds. Il est plus l'heure. Ok. Ah non mais moi je rentre pas je rentre pas par là moi.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win, Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time, I have to restart.
Ah! Me saoule. Il commence à en avoir marre.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Évidemment que non. Pouf. Bon, au départ, j'ai pas le choix. Mais c'était pas par là? Ok, ça je me souviens, ça je me souviens. Et je vais me faire engueuler. Je sais que je vais me faire engueuler.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Ah. Bon, j'ai pas le choix. Bon, suivons la ligne jaune. Oh. Non, petit solitaire là, non? Non. Bon, visiblement, j'ai pas le choix. Je tente des trucs.
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me.
Non.
Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten
Oui, c'est ça, mets la musique. Ah, putain. Ah, peut-être un peu moins forte. Ah, il y a d'autres portes. Ah putain, la ligne elle est là. Raté, je suis obligée de la suivre. Mais on est d'accord que ça n'avait aucun sens, hein, cette... Bon, bref. Ah. Putain, il veut vraiment pas que je descende, hein. Et puis il y a la musique, quoi. Je suis obligée. C'est toi qui as baissé le son, c'était volontairement fort au début, c'est moi qui baissais le son. Ah mais il veut vraiment pas. J'ai baissé, hein, parce que effectivement c'était très très fort. Oui, bah ça va, j'ai compris. Oui, on va arriver à 0-0. On va voir le chef. Oh, la musique, elle est en train de me prendre la tête. Au B4. Ils le font exprès, hein. C'est vraiment pour te... que ça te prenne la tête. Jusqu'au bout. Monte les déjà. Oui, non, mais non. Oh non, mais j'ai pas envie de savoir la balance du mois, là. Ah, vous foutez de ma gueule, non? Vous foutez... Non, mais... Non. Ah ouais, vous voulez vraiment que je suive, quoi.
music. Go back and look at that fern.
Non.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Ah mais l'enfer. Il y a d'autres portes qui sont ouvertes, j'ai l'impression. Ah, encore.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Ah! Me casse les pieds. Ah, il dit plus rien. Ah, ça fait du bien. Ah.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Il est toujours bon au niveau de... Bon bah oui, de toute façon, puisque j'ai le choix.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
On est d'accord que c'est un carré, hein. Ah!
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Ah, du coup, je vais la suivre. C'est l'esprit de contradiction, hein, on est d'accord. Putain, mais la ligne qui va dans tous les sens. Ah. Allô? Non? Tu reviens pas? Voilà.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin.
Ça s'appelle une porte.
From the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Non! Je vais aller à... Putain, il y a le script qui est là-bas. S'éloigner de la salle de maintenance, finir dans les salles dans les salles des écrans, le narrateur relance le jeu. Premier redémarrage. Découvrir que la salle aux 2 portes comporte maintenant plusieurs portes en plus. Errement sans but, le narrateur relance le jeu. Deuxième redémarrage, le but... Vous avez joué la fin troublante pendant 18 minutes. Putain. Le bureau est maintenant sans issue, faites demi-tour, trouvez une autre vie sans issue. Finir dans un autre bâtiment, le narrateur relance le jeu, troisième redémarrage. Ligne d'aventure, philosophie absurde et musique, retour au bureau, retourner à l'écran de démarrage, quatrième redémarrage. S'aventurer sur des territoires vierges, retrouver la ligne, trouver le programme de la fin troublante. Le narrateur relance le jeu, cinquième redémarrage. Le narrateur oublie qu'il a déjà relancé le jeu, vous avez joué la fin troublante pendant 18 minutes. Stanley essaie de suivre l'histoire mais il est empêché Ne peut aller nulle part ni faire quoi que ce soit. Le jeu se relance tout seul. 6e redémarrage. Retrouve la ligne. Commence à suivre la ligne. Trouver une réplique parfaite du bureau qui commence à se dégrader. Essayez de créer une histoire ici. Le narrateur relance le jeu. 7e redémarrage. Il n'y a plus de bureau. Seulement un espace noir. Errer dans les ténèbres. Trouver une librairie. S'ennuyer et partir. Le narrateur relance le jeu. Le narrateur est parti. Au bout d'un long moment, Stanley meurt. Les rouges ne sont pas... sont celles que tu n'as pas faites. Je ne sais pas. Non, je ne sais pas.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
Oui.
That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me?
Ah.
Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So.
Ok.
Okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Qu'est-ce qui est passé? Bon là du coup je suppose qu'il a oublié. Ah par contre la sortie de bureau elle était pas comme ça. Ah ok. On skip.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ok donc lui il a oublié. Ok, les choses commencent à se... Je vais quand même aller à droite.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Je suppose que...
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness. Then the feeling went away, and he felt sad again. Then it came back, and lingered for a minute or two. Now it's only half there. Just a kind of, tingle.
En fait, je m'attends à ce que le jeu, ce soit vraiment de tout le temps faire le bon choix.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Là, du coup, je prends à gauche.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Ok, ça je fais. Ça c'est la salle de mon métier.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Comment régler une dispute avec votre avec vos coworkers? Laissez monter le truc à l'intérieur. Non mais c'est bon, les graphiques là, c'est de la merde comme...
Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Alors tout à l'heure, je suis restée très longtemps dans cette... dans cette pièce. On a toujours rien à prendre. Balai, non? Bon, ok. Bon, tout à l'heure, je suis descendue. Donc je suppose que maintenant, il faut monter. Ok. Executive bathroom. Oh, il se passe des choses bizarres quand même. Oula. Ah ouais, je vais aller dans le... Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money creeps. Est-ce qu'il se passe des choses? Il y a un moment où en fait le narrateur a commencé à se rendre compte que lui-même était piégé et qu'il suivait lui-même un script. Et du coup, il a commencé à se dire c'est pas normal. Et il a essayé de résister et pouf, ça a redémarré et il se souvient plus de ce qui s'est passé. Donc il se passe quand même des choses. Extreme bathroom, le time. Bon, j'ai fini par monter à Executive Office. Bureau du patron. Aïe. Mais le panda, il a rien fait. Business stratégie, oui, je pense que ça présente à peu près bien les... Oh. Ok. Alors ça, par contre... Ça va sinon vous? Alors je suppose qu'il faut que j'appuie sur un bouton. Évidemment. Je me suis éclaté la main en rangeant mon caddie cet après-midi, le petit malus -3 en dex. Ouh. Ouh, par contre ça fait mal ça. La musique qui va bien. Ah ouais, non, non, par contre, ouais. La main... Non, 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 non. Il manque juste un petit café, on pourrait se croire au boulot. Bah oui, c'est bon, j'ai mon café. 75 extraits, ah, t'avances bien. Mon café est froid. Voilà. Ah, attendez, je vais essayer d'éviter de me planter de boutons. Mais je vais arriver au même endroit, je suppose. Ok. On va essayer de monter en haut. J'essaye, hein, j'essaie des choses. Ouais, bon, ok, ça va, j'ai compris. I am the most expensive boss. Ok. Oui, bonjour monsieur. Est-ce que j'ai envie de rentrer dans cette pièce? Non.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him, and so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Ok, 2805. C'est bien enflé sur le côté. Le réveil demain matin, je le sens pas. Ouh, ah oui, non, ouais, effectivement, tu t'es pas loupé. Avec un petit peu, je sais pas si t'as des poches à glaçons, des trucs comme ça.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his
Oh, ça va, j'ai le droit de... J'ai le droit de lire mon chat. Son bureau est plus grand que mon appart. J'avoue, je viens d'une de ces bibliothèques. Tradition chez moi, un truc, de me bouser un truc avant les fêtes. Ah, c'est... Oui, ça va, j'ai compris. J'ai compris. Petite bouteille de chantilly. 2, 8 or 5. 2, 8 or 5. Bah, tu m'as menti.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Ah. What? 4, pas 0. Ah! Merde! J'ai compris. Oh! Ah, c'est faux! Pas oh! Il y a un côté très portal quand même. Hein. Non, mais non! Je veux dire... faites chier! Ça va, il y a la lumière.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Eh ben tant pis, j'aurais fait le mauvais choix. C'est peut-être... C'était peut-être la meilleure chose à faire en fait.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Escape. J'y vais. Non, j'y vais pas. En fait, finalement, non, je... Bon, j'y vais. It's a trap!
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Ah, je suis pas au même endroit.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Normalement, j'étais en haut là-haut là.
The strength to find out.
Ah, ça va allumer les caméras. Donc ça, c'est ce qu'on voit, c'est la pièce qu'on voit régulièrement.
Now the monitors jump to life, their true nature revealed.
Donc ça, c'est tous les employés.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Je suis 427, hein. Ah oui, c'est ma pièce. Ok, c'est ma salle de travail. Donc on nous surveille, ok.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Non mais c'est pas comme ça que ça va se passer, les enfants. On voit pas grand chose, hein. Du coup, je suppose que je vais aller éteindre la lumière, mais... Je peux appuyer sur 5. Il y a d'autres trucs sur lesquels je peux appuyer? 3. Si je fais 1, 2, 3, je veux bien avoir un 1 quelque part. Attendez. Avant que j'aille quelque part. Console disable. 1. 2. 3, c'était là-bas. Je peux pas courir dans le jeu. C'est frustrant. 3. 4. 4, il est où? 5, il est là-haut. Putain, j'ai pas le 4. Où est le 4? Où est le chat? J'ai pas le 4. Ça va pas. Ça, c'est fait exprès, hein. C'est juste pour... Ah, le 4, il est en haut. Vu. Comment je monte? Attendez. Il y a une passerelle? Là, il y a une passerelle. Il y a des escaliers. Laisse-moi monter dans les escaliers. Non, il y a une... Ah putain, il y a une barrière. Je peux pas? Ah, je peux pas aller chercher le 4. Non, je peux pas y aller. J'ai un nouveau PC, je peux faire des rendus vidéo et laisser le live Twitch. C'est une révolution. Ah oui, effectivement. Ah oui, bah oui. Je comprends. My control idle waiting input. System power on off.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything.
J'ai envie d'appuyer sur on, forcément.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself.
Oui.
Is that what you wanted? Control?
Oui.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode.
Oh, mais ça va, oui.
Complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off.
Ah, ok,
but
c'est
what
ouvert.
precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going.
J'essaie de faire le 1, 2, 3.
What all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood.
Il est où le 3?
You're gonna die
Ah, il est
anyway.
là-bas.
I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp.
Ok, donc du coup, c'est Nia qui est en train de péter un câble.
This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell
Pourquoi
with it.
3?
I'm going to put some extra
Pourquoi
time
3
on
encore?
the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save you. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Je crois qu'il était en colère. Je crois qu'il était pas content. Ah! Tout va bien. Tout va bien, tout va bien. Bon!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
C'est à la
moment.
droite, normalement. Je crois. Ah non, peut-être pas. Non, c'est peut-être la droite.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Bon. On va écouter la voix pour une fois jusqu'au bout. Sans faire de bêtises.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Avant, si je faisais ça, il y a tout qui me pétait à la tronche. Ah bah oui. Ah ouais, le montage vidéo...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Avec effectivement le PC qui est pas adapté, c'est juste une erreur.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again
Donc on a
stunned
dit...
to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered
Ouais,
aloud
j'essaye de suivre les
to
instructions.
nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
2845.
Of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
On est d'accord que c'est la même chose que tout à l'heure. On se fout un petit peu de ma gueule. Ouais. Est-ce qu'on peut aller en haut? Ok. Bon là j'ai suivi les instructions et visuellement j'ai le même endroit. Bon, je suis les instructions jusqu'au bout. Je reste sage. En fait, le jeu te force... Ah oui, c'est vrai qu'il y a Escape aussi. Bon, bah, je ferai la prochaine fois. passerai par escape la prochaine fois.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
Est-ce que le jeu, à un moment, se dit, mais vous avez juste marre, vous avez juste envie de suivre les instructions, en fait, plutôt que de contredire. J'ai l'impression que c'est vraiment ça. Hein. Je pense que ça va être ça le twist. En 427, je suis toujours là.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant
Ah non, 427. J'ai l'impression que mon visuel avait changé. Ah oui, non, pas du tout. Bon, tout ça on sait. On va essayer de couper le mind control. Mais bon, j'y crois pas un seul instant.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe.
C'est compliqué pour moi de suivre des instructions. Hein. J'ai forcément... C'est comme dans un... C'est comme dans un JRPG, je veux dire, vous voyez un chemin, bah forcément on vous dit allez par là, bah vous allez ailleurs, parce que vous savez que les trésors ils sont pas là quoi. Vous savez, vous-même vous savez.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible?
Qu'est-ce qu'il veut qu'on... Je sais pas ce que veut le jeu en fait. Faut pas écouter les JV, c'est des traîtres.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Coucou Kaczynski, comment vas-tu? On fait la découverte de Stanley Parable, ça se passe pas forcément le meilleur du monde. Ah. Bon bah off du coup. Ok.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command.
Personne n'y croit.
Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his.
À aucun moment, c'est bon.
He needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Non, mais à aucun moment, c'est le cas.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Ok, donc ça c'est mind control en fait. On a suivi jusqu'au bout, on s'est fait... du coup on s'est fait... Ouais, terminer le jeu. Je n'y crois pas.